Freunde und herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Honkai Star Rail Video. Es ist natürlich jetzt wieder ein Update gekommen und natürlich schauen wir jetzt natürlich mal an. Neu, okay. Was im Postfach? Nein! 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 Was? Dr. Wahrheit! Das ist also er hat gesagt Dr. Ratio, aber es ist Dr. Wahrheit! Was? Wir kriegen einen 5-Sterne-Charakter kostenlos! Holla die Waldfee! Das ist wirklich echt cool, dass wir einen sogenannten Charakter, also einen sogenannten 5-Sterne-Charakter kriegen. Aber wir gucken jetzt erstmal nochmal schnell in den Warp, bevor wir starten. Okay, Dr. Wahrheit ist auch da. Und natürlich Kafka ist auch wieder zurück. Aber ich werde natürlich direkt Kafka kriegen, wenn ich Glück habe. 50 Tickets habe ich insgesamt. Tun wir jetzt mal direkt ziehen. Es geht los. Erster Zug. Okay, wir beginnen mit dem lilanen Charakter erstmal. Ja. Oh! Hallo, Hook! Ah, das ist schon cool. Doppelhook! Doppelte Hook! Okay, das hätte ich nie erwartet. So, die zweite. Mal sehen. So, mal sehen, was wir kriegen. So eine 4-Sterne-Charakter. Mal sehen, was kriegen wir diesmal. Ey, das zum dritten Mal! Das dritte Hook! Also die dritte Hook! Wenn nochmal Hook wäre! Das wäre dann lustig! Das wäre dann lustig! So, Nummer 3. So, die vierte, also die dritte. Mit dem 4-Sterne-Charakter. Wollen wir wetten? Nochmal Hook? Ah, nur die Stelle bleibt, okay. Okay, beim dritten Zug kein Hook. Das wäre dann richtig. Oh Mann! Okay, die vierte Zug. Okay, die vierte ist auch eine 4-Sterne-Charakter, wenn man kommt. Und dann wäre das dann natürlich eine 50-50 Chance. Die vierte! Was zur Hölle? Die vierte Hook! Was zur Hölle? Die vierte Hook! Okay, jetzt 50-50 Chance. Wird es? Ah, schade. Leider kein 50-50 Chance. Alter! Sag mal! Wie viele Hooks ziehe ich eigentlich? Das ist schon die 5. Hook! Jetzt ist aber gut! Jetzt ist aber gut jetzt! Mann, die 5. Hook! Meine Herren, ey! Das kannst du dir nicht ausdenken! Du kannst es doch gar nicht erzählen! Das kannst du überhaupt nicht erzählen! Meine Herren! 5 Hooks auf einen Part. Meine Herren! Jetzt ist aber erstmal gut jetzt! Warte. So, Stella Yada Verlauf. Also Kauf machen wir dann später. So, jetzt erstmal bei Hook die komplette Scherbe aktivieren. Nicht wählerisch sein. Schmeckt alles fein. Gut gereimt immerhin. Dann nichts wissen macht auch nichts. Dann noch hier für den Ruhm der Maulwürfe. Und dann noch immer bereit zum Schlagen und Treten. So, alles komplett. So, und was haben wir eigentlich noch? Die Reiselok. Aroma-Abenteuer. Und zeitlich begrenzte Belohnung. Ach, das ist wahrscheinlich hier so ein Spezialauftrag. Ein spezieller Ökologe-Auftrag. Wahrscheinlich mit Dr. Wahrheit, denke ich mal. Und exotische Haustiersammlung ist immer noch da, aber dann habe ich natürlich alles abgeschlossen. Das werde ich natürlich in Offline-Modus erstmal spielen und da gehen wir erstmal den Hauptauftrag wieder sammeln, also Auftrag abschließen. Und zwar Mundane sabotieren sich selbst. Also den Auftrag ist noch nicht komplett abgeschlossen. Und dann hat einer hier Härte Überwachungsteam. Warte mal. Nein, das ist es nicht. Aha.
Gerettet Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Ja, aber es gibt aber viel zu viel Härtas. Also, gehen wir natürlich jetzt erstmal gleich los. Und dafür hier zum Raumstation. Also zum Herthas Büro. Ja, teleportieren. Was zur Hölle?
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion: their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up. Dazed. She may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal.
Gibt es keine Überwachungsaufnahmen?
No. The attack happened on a base outside the station, beyond the surveillance camera's range. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oof. Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Wahrscheinlich irgendwelche Besorgungen für Herta erledigt?
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
Eine...
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory's kind of hazy. What did I do This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
Okay.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned 2 names. 2 researchers from the departments of Ecology and Insight.
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx?
Jinx?
Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos?
Ein Wubabu? Das glaube ich eher nicht.
Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all.
Also muss ich nicht nur eine Kuriosität finden, sondern auch eine Person.
I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him.
Erkunde Erinnerungen und erhalte eine wichtige Gespräche mit den Figuren, wesentliche Hinweise in Form von Erinnerungslücken. Sammle genug Erinnerungslücken, um deinen Namen reinzuwaschen. Mit Erinnerungssortierung werden die verschwommenen Informationen, die dir während der Erkundung der Erinnerung einfallen, sofort ausgezeichnet und aktualisiert, damit du den ganzen Ablauf rekonstruieren kannst. Okay, wir sollen hier Erinnerungslücken sammeln.
Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
So, jetzt geht's natürlich hier rein.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you...
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Ich suche Adler.
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own.
So, Tatort? Welcher Tat? Ist er in Gefahr?
No danger. Of course he's not in danger. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time?
Gibt es ein Problem?
Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help.
Besuche den kleinen Adler. Oh Gott. Nein! Nein! Ich wollte dich nicht angreifen. Ach, na super. Na dann. Greifen wir an.
Time for a buzz. At this speed, too slow.
Bloß gut, dass ich den Automatik angemacht habe, sonst wäre das zu langweilig.
In lunar flame.
Was? Du hast noch überlebt?
A blade of moonlight.
Los, besieg ihn.
Your end approaches.
Okay, Blade übernimmt den Rest. Sehr gut. Wundervoll. Ganz wundervoll.
I told you they were sick.
Oh nein. Oh nein.
As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go.
Und es kommt wieder ein Kampf. Meine Herren, ey.
Savor it in my place.
Ich finde das brutal, was Blade direkt angreift.
Time for
Ich
a
finde das
buzz.
sowas von brutal. Kein Wunder, dass er Blade direkt zur Zerstörung gehört.
Gotta get those vitamins.
Try harder.
Oh, das tut weh.
At this speed, too slow.
So schnell heilen.
What's in your prescription?
Das tut alles der Automatik. Oh, das nimmt echt wenig Schaden. Wir bräuchten wirklich hier Schwächebruch.
Blade of moonlight. In lunar flame.
Oh, mit speziellen Attacke ist es ein bisschen stärker.
Is set
Höllenqual.
to send you
Oh, Alter!
the lost.
Ja, das macht mich ein bisschen stärker, die Attacke. So, jetzt noch. Ja! Mit Schaden! Jawohl!
Peppy, are you okay?
Bist du wirklich der sich am besten mit Kuriositäten auskennt?
That's me. What's up?
She wants to ask you something about curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh,
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
Okay, Adler.
So, which curio do you want to know about?
Eine, die lebendig ist, aber keinen Körper hat.
That's all you got? Too abstract.
Mehr hat Hertha nicht erwähnt.
Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head?
Sie meinte, es könnte ein Wobabu sein.
She's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Ich habe gehört, so etwas soll es an der geben.
What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. But it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom?
Die teilweise verschwommene Erinnerung vorhanden sind, werden während der Erkundung der Erinnerung manche Dialoginhalte als angezeigt. Durch die Besiegten von Erinnerungsstücken können relevante verschwommene Erinnerungen geweckt werden.
Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind.
Erinnerungsstücke benutzen. Ah, shit, ich habe nicht so viele. Okay, hier gibt's... Warte mal.
I saw it. I saw that person disappear.
What do we do? It sounds like he's telling the truth.
Yeah, whatever. Just let the professionals deal.
Nee, das ist es nicht.
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
All right. Just cut the pleasantries and tell me how it's going.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a... Though, I confess, I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
I have faith in your abilities. So, how about my offer?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing.
Sure thing. Anyway, keep your eyes peeled. I'll be bringing you something big soon.
It's happening again. The words in my memory are all jumbled up.
It's been so long and there's still no response.
There's something fishy going on. How come they haven't recovered anything? I don't believe it. They're hiding something.
Those managers are useless.
Nein. Okay, hier spricht man nicht. Okay, mit denen hab ich gesprochen. Nein, das spricht man auch nicht. Ah, shit.
The other person should be...
Warte mal. Ich muss direkt mal dort rein.
No, not this road. I didn't go there.
Oh Gott. Oh Gott.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
Geht es
How did you know?
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more.
Moment mal.
Memories of Arlen and Adler.
Zuerst mal wieder dort.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't...
Again? How many times has it been?
These two aren't making any sense.
Let me just grab it in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some hints. Then...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit.
The other person should be from the Department of...
Na, irgendwie ist es schwer, in Gedanken drinne zu haben. Moment mal, hier. Nee, hier geht's auch nie raus. Meine Herren, ey, das ist wirklich ein richtiger Rätsel. Warte mal. Nee, hier geht's auch nie auf. Oh, shit.
A curio? How's it going? Did you find the information you're after?
Ich konnte noch keine Fortschritte machen.
I see. Is that what Hinkle and...
See?
My researchers are pretty outstanding.
Du wirkst ein wenig nervös.
Anxious, me? Is it that obvious? No. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again.
Verschwundene Forscher?
Yes. 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No, people were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances.
Brauchst du meine Hilfe?
That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
Ah, verstehe.
The other person should be from the Department.
Ah, verstehe.
Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of every...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important. If only there were some hints.
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ahead.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's all taken care of.
Ja, das kennen wir schon, das kennen wir schon.
Oh, you small scale.
Ja, das kennen wir, das kennen wir, das kennen wir.
Did my memory piece together irrelevant? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
I say, what a wonder...
I'm not that wonderful.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though, I confess I did hear someone say you were the
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsistent. I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is...
Again? How many times has it been?
Verzeihung, wenn ich unterbrechen dürfte.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to... The Cienjo species Emily mentioned seems to...
Okay, dann geht's weiter.
Have you asked the Department of Ecology head?
Sie meinte, es könnte ein Bobabu sein?
She's not...
Ja, das kenne ich. Das hier? Das wahrscheinlich.
She's not wrong.
Ich habe gehört, sowas etwas soll es auch in der Yantu Allianz geben.
That's right. They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Huh. Now that you mention it, let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Aha. Okay, und jetzt Alarm.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the... I'm sorry. The situation is...
Geht es um ein...
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember them.
So Erinnerungsstück benutzen.
I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate.
Geht es um die verschwundenen Forscher?
How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the...
Hast du etwas gefunden?
I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily... That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable... The words they used were... spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start.
Okay. So.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
Es ist eine...
Mentioned something. If only there were some hint.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
Energielebensform?
That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit.
Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, das kann ich nicht so viel lesen. Das ist ganz viel. Zurück in die Gegenwart.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
Herta?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate her story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can If she is truly innocent, she can clear her name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
Okay.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please be. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet...
I doubt Herta is interested in...
Eieieiei, das ist echt wirklich...
Because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then...
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
If you knew Herta, then you wouldn't find it weird.
Don't interrupt other people. Did no one teach you manners? Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now. So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Vielleicht das hier jetzt?
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
Was? Was zur Hölle?
You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Vertrauenskiste? Nein, das ist auch nicht.
Pretend. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware.
I remember now. Back then.
Was zur Hölle? Auch nicht?
Doubt me all you like. I'm just an outsider who got unexpectedly dragged into this mess. You and I are no different. We both stumbled into this, but you decided to assume the role of interrogator.
Oh? Your point being? Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Correction. There may be a correlation.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
Moment mal, warte mal. Eieieiei.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making. Clearly, though, it bears no connection.
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
Vielleicht die Selbstentzündung hier?
If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that, but then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
Befragung beendet. Jawohl.
These two incidents were caused by the same person, and the suspicion put on you would decrease.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Was ist denn jetzt wieder? What?
Gerettet newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
Was war das?
This is...
A declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that, that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me.
Ich?
You have a superior strategy, Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Okay. Ich werde natürlich erstmal aufmachen. Da werde ich jetzt erstmal einen Cut machen und da sehen wir uns dann bald wieder. Macht's gut und ciao, ciao.